Hi, everyone. Excuse me, and welcome to episode 123 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host, Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova Crafts on Instagram. You can find the show notes for today's episode on my blog or in the Ravelry group. Links down below if you're watching on YouTube. You can also join the Facebook group I have for this podcast as well. Like I said, it is the 1st of November. I think I said the date at the beginning. Anyways, it's November 1st, and it's hard to believe it's already November. Like, where did the year go, right? Um, they already have the Christmas stuff up at the mall. I know I put lights up in the background, but I have icicle lights from about early fall up into the end of spring. And I might leave them up all summer. I just like the look of icicle lights. Has nothing to do with the Christmas season. In fact, I don't even really do Christmas. It's not my holiday. I don't celebrate it. Well, I help family celebrate it, but it's not my religion, so I don't celebrate it. I just like icicle lights. And I found them when I was unpacking stuff because I was going through stuff. So, yeah, I put them up. I have some up in the other room upstairs as well, up here. So, like I said, it is the 1st of November, so that actually means that I can actually do the draw for the October giveaway thread on time, kind of. I did lock the thread before I hit the record button, which means you had about 18 hours of November 1st to add stuff in, but nobody had added anything since about the 30th, so that's not that bad. I'm just pulling up my random number generator on my phone. I'm just going to do this first and get it over with. Let's see. There are 11 posts in the thread, which means 2 to 11, because as always, my post in the beginning doesn't count. Because, well, I can't win a pattern for myself because I can always just buy myself something. So, I'm going to do the randomize button. Number 11, which is Nicole S. She finished a pair of socks. She finished a couple pairs of socks, it looks like. Yeah, she's got a couple pairs of socks in the thread, but these look like just some ribbed socks. Let's see. Did she use a pattern? She did. It's the pattern is Bill Huggins by Claire Ellen. Looks like it's just like a type of rib sock. Looks like she might have modified it a little bit, but it looks good, and they're Halloween colors. So Nicole S, I'm going to tag you in the show notes, but if you are watching, you are the winner. Congratulations. Send me a PM on Ravelry with your choice of any pattern, $6 or less, and I will gift it to you. So I hope you enjoy watching the podcast. You haven't won before, so congratulations. I don't recognize the username. I know I've gotten a few new followers since Rhinebeck, so welcome. Thank you for checking me out. Thank you for watching the podcast. Going to be more knitting content today than last time because last time there wasn't really any knitting content. But I have been working on a couple of things, so I am going to show you. First of all is my Rhinebeck socks, because I realized when I was at Rhinebeck this year that I don't like doing socks on DPNs. I'll do like sleeves on DPNs, but I don't know, something about socks. So since you last saw this pair of socks, because I went to Rhinebeck with this pair unfinished, I finished this sock. You can see my progress keeper there. So I finished this sock. So I did all of that, and I've done all of that. So I'm actually getting a couple more color stripes, and I get to do the heel. So basically I'm going to do the heel like here. So I have 2.5 color stripes to go, and then I turn the heel on the second sock. So that's good. I'm going to move my stitch marker so that next time. I've actually been moving along pretty good on these now that I've been working on them. I mean, this is a week and a half worth of work, basically. Obviously, I'm working 2 jobs, and I really shouldn't knit at both of them, and I can't knit at one of them. But at Tivana, I sometimes knit on the job because it's really, really slow during the day. But yeah, so socks coming up. This is just my standard vanilla sock. I have a really tight knitting gauge, so I do 72 stitches on a US 1. I do 36 and 36. I do 72, and I do the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I found that this heel fits me really well, and so that's my default. That's kind of my default heel. And if you were wondering, I don't know why there's napkins in the project bag. Why are there napkins in there? I don't know. I don't know why there's napkins in there. Where's the label? I know the label's in here. Label, where are you? Or did I lose the label? I know what the yarn is, but the label should be in here. Nope. Missing label! Oh no! I have no idea where the label went. But I did find a stitch marker. But anyways, it is Sidar Soul to Soul. And Ravelry says the colorway name is Pigeon Toes. Don't ask me how they got that colorway name. I have no idea. But that's what it is. So apparently don't have the thing. This bag actually came from Selma, who used to be of the Two Tangled Skeins podcast and is now the Little Big Knits podcast. You can go check her out. She's very sweet, very nice. But this was back, I don't know if she's still running her Etsy shop. I haven't heard anything about it, but she was going by Little Creek Designs, and she made us bags last year for Rhinebeck. So this was a bag I got at last year's Rhinebeck as a gift from a fellow podcaster. I have also been working on the socks I'm making for my LYS owner. I had to put these down for a little while because I was just getting like, the pattern was getting really repetitive. But I've done a good clip on these. I think the last time I showed you guys, I think I showed it last time on the podcast, I just like finished the toe. So as you can see, these look slightly different colors, even though I am pulling from the same ball of yarn. Literally same ball of yarn. Don't ask me why the socks are slightly different colors. I have no clue, but they are. They look different on camera. They look different in real life. I have no idea what's going on. But yay, the glories of hand-dyed yarn. So the pattern is speckled space sock, I believe. I'm going to pull that up real quick because I really should have, looked this up before I started recording. But, alas, I did not do so. Speckled space socks, yep. And so you guys might have seen an Instagram photo of the toes, and then now I have this long one. So I'm actually going to use one of the Progress Keepers. I got at Rhinebeck. I got the giraffe, and I'm going to pop it on here so that next time you see these, you will be able to know how far I've knit, because I'm not going to remember. That's why I like Progress Keepers. They are a podcaster's best friend, because I can keep track of my stuff that way. Yay! If you guys hear any odd noises or anything from the background, that's because we have friends over and they're downstairs watching the Goonies, and I'm sitting above the living room. But this is really the only night this week I have to record, so that's why I'm sitting here recording, even though I could be downstairs socializing with friends. I'm going to take my laptop downstairs and process the video once it's done, once I've recorded, but really I'm recording up here because I can shut the door. I have my camera set up because I do a thing with an external monitor. I'll have my laptop set up with the external monitor and the speakers and the camera and everything. So I just sit at the desk and do it. It's kind of become my spot. So yeah, so working on that. And then I've put a little bit of work on onto the Twinsy shawl I've been doing for Andrea, who is the cat lady. Not too much more work. I'm going to put a marker in this now because I'm sitting here and I should put a marker in it because that would be good so you can see where it is and where it goes. Going to be doing a giveaway in a couple of weeks probably for this. I was going kind of last on the giveaway list, so probably another week or two. I'll do it. I need to double check with everyone, but I will, be like, hey, giveaway starting. I'll do a thread in the podcast group and stuff like that. So, Progress Keeper has been added. So now, well, no, this is where I am. So, but it's a really great shawl. You could go check it out. It's simple. It's more scarf-like than anything because it stays kind of narrow the whole way through. But the eyelet sections get wider. So I'm going to have to really block this one so you can see, but you can see the eyelet sections change a little bit as you go. So it's a simple pattern, but it's a good one. And I think you should go check it out and give her some love. And I'm doing this on Molly Girl yarn. It's the baseline base, and the colorway is Mission Bells, in case you were wondering. This one, I do have the thingy with it, saying what it is. And the bag was made for me by Mandy Pinecone of Mandy Pinecone Crafts. Is she still podcasting? I think she is. I don't mean to name drop so much this episode, but I have bags from people. And it's tea. It's teacups. Tea is my thing. It's not my thing, but it's a thing. So, let's see. I decided I was going to start another scrap project because seeing everyone's scrap projects, and I traded minis, and I've been working on my mitered square, but I just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, I stole a cup from work to hold stuff. And so I started another one, and this one is actually, I believe the pattern is called Brioche Memories. So it's a memory square blanket, but it's brioche instead of your regular mitered square. And I think it makes it a little squishier. It's a little more interesting to do. It's not quite so blah. And obviously I'm going to have to, block it, and it'll get better over time. But here it is. I have 5 squares. I'll probably do another couple. This one is like a heavy fingering. Most of these are fingering. This is the mini I got from Kate, who is Hawthorne Craft, and Hawthorne Cottage Craft, excuse me. This is her card. Check her out. She's really sweet. I think she's back. I think she's finally back in Ireland. But this is the mini I got from her. I decided that because it was so pretty and she was so wonderful, I was going to make it a corner of my blanket. So there you go. There you go, Kate. Your mini is a corner of my blanket. You've been honored. But this one I'm actually working on. I'm actually enjoying it. It takes me a little longer to do one of these squares because they're a little more complicated than a regular. This is why I took the cup from work. They're a little more complicated than a regular square, but I think still they're good. So, and the other thing I've been working on is what I do with that, because I need a marker for that too. The other thing I have been working on is I decided to make my manager something, and I'm pretty sure I've showed it on the podcast before, but I'm doing a brioche cowl for my manager. It's, you know, this long right now. I'm basically just going until I run out of yarn with this. So basically I'm just going to go until basically I just have enough to sew the ends together, and then I'm going to give it to her. I'm doing it out of an acrylic. I got one of the I never actually stashed this yarn because it's acrylic. And that ball there, that one, that's another one of these big Karen cakes. When I say it's a big Karen cake, I mean it's a big one. It's a Karen big cake. Right? I've already used a bunch of it, so it's starting to collapse. But I'm basically just going. Sorry, I'm out of frame. Basically just going until I can go no more, and then I'm going to sew the ends together and give it to her. My assistant manager is getting that one. That one's like more fall colors. I'm not going to get up and go get it, but you know. Okay, yay! Put a marker in, so now I can see how far I've gone next time I show it. Did I drop a stitch? No, it's just extra loose. But yeah, it's brioche, so it's nice and squishy. If you can't tell, I'm on a bit of a brioche kick. But yeah, there we go. So it's this right now. I'm starting to like get back to the original color because it like gradients. So this is all purple. I don't know if you can tell on screen. The colors are a little funky, but it's all purple because she likes purple. So there we go. Purple cowl for my manager. And I think that's about it. I talked about Rhinebeck last time. Again, it was lovely. Still, you know, kind of riding the high a little bit. I've really wanted to cast on all the things, but I've been good. I've decided that before I cast on anything new, I need to finish two things. So, yeah. So you might notice the garbage bag over there. There's a few of those, a couple of those, and they're all full of yarn given to me by a very gracious lady at my local knitting group, and I'm going to sort through it. Some of it I might use as actually giveaways here on the podcast. Some of it I'm going to send to friends, and some of it I'm going to keep for myself. But I need to sort through it. So it should be interesting. And actually, I realized I never stashed some yarn, so I have a pile of yarn on the desk here that you can't see that I got over the summer. And because I was moving, I never actually stashed it properly. So I'm going to go update my Ravelry stash, and hopefully I will have everything up soon. It'll probably take me a couple of weeks to finish going through all the bags. Some because it's just thrown in there, willy-nilly. But Carol, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. You were very sweet and very kind to give me all of that. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. And my mom's cat is enjoying the basket. There was a basket in one of the bags, like just a woven like reed basket. And I was at my mom's. We were looking at the stuff because she appreciates yarn, even if she's not too much of a knitter. She appreciates it. And the cat climbed in the basket, and I'm like, the cat can have it. I do have other baskets, and I have plenty of bags, so I didn't, you know. So my mom's cat has very much been enjoying the basket. So looks like I'm at about not quite 15 minutes here, but it's good to have a podcast that was, you know, more than 8 minutes long. But 15 minutes seems like a good time, so I'm going to cut it off here. There is a new finished object thread for November. It's up in the group. I will link it in the show notes. And there is a chatter thread, so if you see a project somebody's done and you want to comment on it, please do so in the chatter thread. That way the actual giveaway thread doesn't get clogged up with conversation. But, you know, but the chatter thread, go, like, tag the person, be like, hey, I saw your project here, you know, or you can just message them, you know, if you can PM them too. But, you know, so, yeah, I think that is it. So I hope you all have a good week, and hopefully I'll be able to record next week sometime in the daytime, so I have a little more ambient light instead of sitting upstairs in artificial light at almost 8 o'clock at night. All right. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.